All right, you guys, we're doing a product test today
It's not a product test, it's just an experimentation.
of a new product.
It's not a new product.
It is. It's
It's
new to
just-
us.
It's not a new product. It's not like, hey, there's a new product out on the town. It's just a different paint. I used to paint with this when I painted motorcycles and cars. It's House of Color. Kandy. I have no idea how it's going to react to resin, but I just want to see
We're going to find out.
what happens if you mix it without what's needed to mix a urethane paint. Like if it's going to dry, if it's going to act funny, if it's going to explode when you pour it in.
So, what's the basic science behind Kandy Kar Paint? You have to do a thickening or a thinning agent and then like a hardener, and it's got to be a lot of coats, right? Like typically when you paint a car or something.
Well, it depends on how bright you want it or dark you want it. It just really depends. You could do one coat if you want, but Kandy looks more transparent, a lot thicker if you just spray coats, different, you know, more than, obviously more than one. And it's very, like, it's transparent, it's very thin. It's very difficult to paint evenly because you think that, oh, well, I'll just spray this much and then go over it again. You'll get runs and it will be, you will ruin your car hood if you're,
If you don't know what you're doing.
yeah, or a fender. It runs really easily.
So basically, I would never be able to use it on a car. As me.
In time, maybe you learned.
I learned. Multipass. Fifth element. So we went to a friend of Jeff's that has a body shop, a car paint place,
Yeah.
and gave us a whole bunch of House of Color, Cosmic Color, urethane, candy paint. There's a whole lot of K's in that. And we got a red, a tangerine, a blue, a purple, and a pink. And right now we're gonna see basically if it's gonna set up ever or if it's gonna mess up the science of resin and how vibrant the colors are gonna be. Now, if you're anybody that's sensitive to smells or if you have a condition, I don't know that I would recommend this for you because it smells like car paint. And you probably don't know what car paint is, but it's very chemically smelly. There's probably warnings on the back of it that I don't feel like reading right now, but just a heads up, it's got an odor.
That's true.
What is it? It smells, what is?
Good Lord, man. If you're not used to it, you definitely, I'm just gonna,
Dribble some in there. No, it's just floating right now.
no, I don't want to put that in the resin.
It looks like it's gonna have the color saturation of like an ink.
I don't even know if it'll mix with it. Like, it looks like it's going to. Like it's mixing, it's not like separating or anything.
Typically car paints have their own bonding and setting agents that you have to mix in with it. And so we're hoping that resin will act as that and it'll just be regular. That it'll set up how we would want it to.
This purple.
Looks fairly transparent, but still very the word.
It's a very dark purple. Good lordy. You know what? Since this is just a test, give me one of those canvases. I don't want to do it on these. One of the shitty canvases. What was the lady that said you can drop the F-bomb?
Yeah. Basically, you can't please everybody. Say what you want to say.
So should I do red or should I do that blue?
I don't think you should do only those. I think you should mix in at least one. Not those. That's why I brought these powders over here.
Well, what about just white?
You can do just white.
We'll do white and a gold, just a teeny bit of gold.
Do you want to do powder white?
Yeah,
paste white?
Let's test the powder white.
So those two are by Kandy, House of Color Kandy Paint. And this is by Resin. It's soft white powder. We got all of these to try out. Dun, dun, dun. Put these away before we go too hard in the paint. Boom.
It's funny, we live right across the street from the police station. And if they were to see us doing this, they'd be like,
We need to search your place.
we're gonna have to search and seizure drug paraphernalia.
We only know those terms because we watch Cops.
Yeah.
And you said gold. Do you want to use Mehron or?
Like, I don't even know if the paint will let this set. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, we're going to test it right here, right now, today, in front of the world. I want to order some silver Mehron.
we can just go buy it.
Oh, yeah. We have a body paint store that's local.
10 minutes away from where we live.
I pulled this dark blue pigment paste in case you wanted a contrasting color. Oh, also the resin we're using today is Envirotex. It was the first resin that we ever used, and it's still one of our favorites today. It's 2-part. And we get it from Michael's, and people ask us all the time why we don't order like a bulk amount, like gallons. And here's why. Because Michael's often has like 50% off coupons, and so for the 32 ounces that we get from there, it's marked at like $32, but then we'll use 50% off. And so, a long math story short, we paid $20, $18 today because they had also 20% off. We paid like $18 for 32 ounces today. Works out well. Those just kind of sunk into each other.
Look at the
Oh, it's a heart! How fun! Now what? Just leave it.
Why is this not even? Look at those cells. How on earth are people not getting cells? They're like, we have no idea how you get the cells. Well, you just do it.
That is not explanatory. That's crazy. Now I want to do the blue one. Get some ocean business.
Like, I don't know what, like, look at that.
I know, and it's still like filling
I
up.
want to run it that way. There's still so much in the middle.
No, you didn't lay any clear down. Now it is a fish. Who's that? You guys, what is up with all of that business? Which we knew that that Mehron would sell out anyways, but I didn't know it would be like all of that. It looks like a lionfish. Used to. Still does.
You need to put like quite a bit of
Candy paint.
yeah.
Do you have any more white? It's doing awesome. I want to do an ocean one.
Very, very interesting.
Definitely super interested to see how it sets up.
I know. All this work. Because if it's like any other chemical that needs a hardener, it's just gonna sit there. Like back and forth that. Shit.
People are going to be so mad that we got rid of the white cells that were in the very bottom of the heart.
There's so much gold.
So much white. We'll see how this piece sets up. See you in 24 hours.